Welcome to Stogie Palace. I'm your host Chris. Today I have the Rocky Patel Super Ligero. This is a 5x50 robusto rated at full strength. I got this 6 months ago at the Rocky Mountain Cigar Festival, which is where I also met and talked to Rocky Patel. This goes for between $6 and $7 online, and the wrapper is Honduras Habano, and it's made in Honduras. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in how this is going to go. It's been, like I said, 6 months at my humidor at 65%, so it's in really good shape. Got out the old handy magnifying glass here. The wrapper looks really nice. Looks like it's oily. Did a straight cut across the top, and it's got a good draw. Real easy draw, actually. And there I can. That's the thing. You know, a lot of times stronger cigars concern me because at varying times it really wallops me, the nicotine. But there's also usually a lot of flavor involved. It's got a really nice smell here and a nice flavor. Keep getting little pieces of tobacco coming out though. Very rich dark cocoa kind of flavor going on there. So without any further ado, let's get this thing going. So I haven't had a Rocky Patel in a while, and I have a few. I don't know why. Just, well, you know, sometimes what other people say kind of creeps into your subconscious, and I'm not really sure why, but you know, I'm getting this negative connotation towards Rocky Patel stuff from other people. I've had some pretty good ones. I mean, in my top 10 is a Decade Cameroon, you know, and the Royale is great. The Platinums are great. I have no idea what to expect with this one. It's a very nice start, but I will not lie. This Super Ligero, anything with Ligero, I have a Flor Dominicana that's got a name Double Ligero or something like that, and they concern me. Luckily this is not all that big, and it's got a nice loose draw, so maybe it'll go quick and not kill me. Very strong peppery beginning, I'll tell you that, but that's not too atypical, just about any cigar, especially in the medium to full range. But yeah, the attitudes and the opinions towards Rocky Patel, I don't really quite get. I mean, here it is. In my opinion, what it is that when something or somebody gets really big, the backlash begins. That's like my only guess. But the thing that my opinion about Rocky Patel is that he does a lot for the industry. Cigar Rights of America stuff, going to the Capitol, going, you know, Capitol Hill, fighting for us. That alone makes a big difference to me. Does he make a whole lot of different blends and brands and sell on all the websites, catalogs, and stores, like with big displays? Yeah, he's big, no doubt about it. But I don't necessarily consider that a negative. Personally, I've always liked Honduran tobacco from the beginning. Yes, it's usually stronger, but there's a richness to it that's different. It's just different. I'm not saying it's better or worse than Dominican or Nicaraguan or Costa Rican or Cuban or anything. It just for some reason there's something about it I like, and a lot of his stuff either has parts of Honduran tobacco, or in this case made in Honduras, with a wrapper. I don't know about I'll read on this in a second, but I'm not sure where all the Ligero comes from. This one's been advertised in pretty big ads, Cigar Aficionado. But anyway, this is a nice start already. But we'll see where it ends up. I'll tell you a little bit more about it and what they have to say. But nice looking band, nice looking dark wrapper. So we'll see where this leads. I'm about 40 minutes into this Rocky Patel Super Ligero. It's strong. There's no way around it. Burn, that's not the first time either that it's got a little uneven. The ash, right now, this is the longest it's held on. It's kind of flaky. It falls off a little too easily on me. But let me tell you what Cigar International has to say about this cigar. Super Ligero, here to save the day. When I first heard Rocky Patel was releasing Super Ligero, and I don't know who this I is that wrote this, I half expected a cheesy band with some corny superhero theme. By the way, here is the band. I pulled off a little earlier than usual because the way it was sitting, it kind of goes far towards the cap. But I have to admit I was wrong, dead wrong. After taking one for a spin, Super Ligero not only looks sharp, but it's going to appeal to a ton of people. I don't know how well it's done. Can't say. Don't judge a book by its cover. I preach it 1,000 times over. But this is one handmade you can safely pass judgment on from the very first glance. The verdict? A bold son of a gun that packs one hell of a punch. Agreed. Dressed in a dark, feisty Honduran Habano wrapper, Super Ligero isn't afraid to let its presence known. And once you pull back this veritable peel, the fruits that await inside are even more intense. Muy intense long fillers from Nicaragua and Costa Rica. So there's the answer to that question. Long fillers from Nicaragua and Costa Rica produce a heady profile laced with oak, cinnamon, white pepper, and toasty tobacco. I'm getting the toasty tobacco part. Growing more intense throughout, I suggest sitting down to fully enjoy this one. Move over edge, Super Ligero now wears the crown as Rocky Patel's strongest. May have put out a stronger one since, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, it burned a little unevenly and it went out for no reason. I'm a little worried that it is again. See what I had to do to get that. So after about the first inch, the flavor backed down, the spiciness and all that kind of backed down. Right now it's just strength with its mild flavoring. I'm not getting as much flavor as I was, but I'm definitely sensing the strength. I'm a little nervous about doing a retrohale with this thing. Now, one thing I had heard about Ligeros, or cigars that have a lot of Ligero, sometimes I've read and heard that they have to go easy on the Ligero because it doesn't always burn as well as some other type of tobaccos. That's why they blend with different things so it'll combust well. I'm not sure how well this one is combusting. I'm afraid of that ash falling on me. Yeah, a little bit of a zing in the sinuses there. So, yeah, ash just came off. So, we'll see if after that touch-up, if it stays evenly lit. But I feel a little bit of scratchiness in the throat, and this is by no means a new cigar. It's been sitting, like I said, for 6 months, and who knows how long before that. But I'm feeling the strength right here. I'm not feeling it up in the head yet, you know, no dizziness or anything like that. I can just tell that it's packing a punch in here. The draw's on the loose side, which is why you're seeing me have to do double, triple puffs to get the amount of smoke I want. So, a little airy. I don't see any hole there or any big gaps in the tobacco on either end. So, let's just see how this one finishes up. Like I said, this is now about 45 minutes in. It's about halfway. We'll see. Well, I'm going to wrap up this review of this Rocky Patel Super Ligero. It constantly needed relights, and I mean a lot. So I'm going to have to say that in the combustion category, which is not really one of my categories, but it's under burn, it would score kind of low on that. And it probably is because it's loaded with Ligero that doesn't typically always burn as well. The evenness of the burn was fine. The draw was fine throughout, even though I had to keep relighting it. Strength kind of backed off a little bit, but then again, might have been because I was occasionally picking up a piece of candy to make sure, because I was feeling it. I tell you what, when I was halfway through it, I thought I was going to feel like I had done about 3 or 4 shots of whiskey. It was really, really ramping up with a lot of strength. But thankfully, it's backed off a little bit. Appearance, cool looking band, good looking wrapper, good looking cigar overall. It looks like it was pretty well done. And it wasn't a tight pack. That had nothing to do with the combustion. It just was stubborn, staying lit. When it was lit, it was putting out a good amount of smoke. So burn, aroma, nice. Real, I would say rich. Flavor-wise, as always, I'm terrible about that, but smoky tobacco, which was one of the descriptions on there, toasty tobacco, I would go with that. The pepper would come and go. So right now it's smoking a little bit better, but the draw was airy. So like I said in the last segment, it was take a couple puffs to really get some smoke out of it. Strength, well, I would say medium plus to medium full, medium full plus, not quite full strength, but it had the potential. It was, if this was a bigger size, oh, I can't even imagine. It would be very strong, too strong possibly. But you know, Super Ligero, what do you expect? As advertised. Flavor, I talked about. Overall, I end up scoring this a 91. And a lot of that is because of the combustion, the performance of it. For the most part, the flavor was, I don't want to say mild, but it wasn't overpowering. The pepperiness wasn't there. The super pepperiness wasn't there, except for in the beginning, maybe a little bit before the final third here, and I'm pretty much done with it now. But it was still, you know, good cigar, and like I said, I love that Honduran tobacco. So, once again, this has been the Rocky Patel Super Ligero. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris at Stogie Palace. Check out the other videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.